What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have the 2024 Brad Keselowski Darlington Castrol Throwback. What an incredible looking paint scheme. He won in this car. This is the clean variant of that. Let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go, folks. Let's kick off today's Diecast review. And let me tell you, this is one of the best Darlington throwbacks, in my opinion, of all time. It really is. The Castrol 90s style livery, maybe a little bit of early 2000s as well. It gives me Gran Turismo 4 vibes. I mean, seriously, this thing is so freaking cool, man. Let's go ahead and just dive into this Diecast review, man. The vintage Castrol logo, the green, the red, and the white. I mean, what a cool looking paint scheme. This takes me straight back to the PlayStation 2 era, the Gran Turismo games. They had rally racing, right? And they had the Castrol cars. I think it was the like Toyota Celicas or whatever they're called. And they would have the Castrol livery on there. And that just brings so much nostalgia to me. To see Brad win in this paint scheme is absolutely awesome. So got Keselowski right there on the front windscreen. Got Castrol again. Got your Ford Performance decals there. Go to the front of the diecast. Now, the whole car is just sprayed with a normal gloss white paint job. But the red and the green pop on this paint scheme for sure. Got the number 6 right there. Sunoco RFK. Sunoco, once again, I still can't get over the front end of these new Ford Mustangs, man. They are beautiful. The diecast tooling is phenomenal. Let's go to the left side of the diecast here. You can see just a minor little, what is that, a paint chip or something on the Castrol O. That's unfortunate, but you know it's going to happen somewhere. Now, this is a nice, subtle detail. So all the RFK cars have this this signature kind of stripe at the bottom, right? That's kind of their signature. And the original Castrol car naturally didn't have that. This was 25 years ago. So what they did is they kept the signature stripe, but they just did the outlining to it, so it doesn't take away from the paint scheme. That is a really good design team. That is a really thoughtful design team right there. Got Brad Keselowski right there, buildsubmarines.com. I like how they did the outlining around the logos. So the logos, you could actually see them, and it doesn't look terrible. You know, the little white background around it. I like that. That's a good look. Get, I think, Solomon Plumbing there. Get your B-post decals. Get the chrome metallic number 6 that is dapped in green. Beautiful stuff. Goodyear NASCAR Throwback logo. This is your Throwback tires, which I think are different from 2023, as in 2023 they had both sides of the tire where it says Eagle and Goodyear. They both said Goodyear, I believe. Got some smaller contingencies underneath the RFK stripe. Ford Performance, fast and all. Go to the back end of the car. Now, I'm curious if there's any subtle changes between this paint scheme and this diecast and the raced win. Why? Because sometimes, you know, this paint scheme would be possibly, you know, ready to be produced in, I don't know, March, right? The races ran in May. And then naturally, by the time of the race, maybe they signed a new sponsor. Maybe some sponsors wanted some changes to their car, X, Y, and Z. So I'm curious to see what differences we will see on the raced win. Go to the Castrol logo in the back at the number 6 with consumer cellular. Love the new 2024 Ford Mustangs, man. Fantastic stuff. If you have not picked up one of these cars, what are you doing? You can get this car right now over there at Circle B. It's the diecast chassis variant. The plastic chassis variant, from what I see, is probably going to be coming out in early December. So if you're a little bit impatient, just go ahead and tap in. Get this diecast on the way. Fantastic looking car. But back to the Ford Mustang mold. I just, you know, every year or so, they always come out with 1, maybe 2 new diecast molds. It's really one of my favorite ones. Just the way the car looks. I mean, just the way the hips of the car is. The lower headlights, the splitter. It's more pronounced. It's got just a slight curve on both sides of it. You can see it really well on the bottom. You can see that little shadow there. There is a lot of detail for a 1/64 scale car. And when you talk about casting and metal and stuff, they have to sacrifice some of the sharp angles to get a good casting, right? And they did a great job with that. Go to the top of the car, you have the black number 6, which looks very sharp. Got the vintage Castrol logo. I mean, it just gives me so much nostalgia. Like this car reminds me of that late 90s, early 2000s vibes, man. Gran Turismo 4 is one of my favorite racing games of all time. If you've never played that game, let me tell you, you think Forza has a lot of cars? There's over like 700 cars on that game. and all of them are made before 2004 or 2005. So if you're interested in a lot of 80s, 70s, 90s, and early 2000s stuff, check out Gran Turismo 4. Great looking game, and it is the highest resolution PlayStation 2 game I think ever made. You could check that out. Got Castrol right there on the back deck lid. Fantastic looking car. I love, the vintage racing liveries for different, forms of racing. I'm not really a Formula One guy. I don't know too much about it, and I don't really follow rally racing. But when you play the video games and you see the nostalgic colors and the paint schemes, like the Falcon tire car on the Nissan Skyline, I tell you what, if Nissan ever came into NASCAR, I would love to see a paint scheme of that. That would be so cool. But yeah, I think there's a lot of great vintage racing liveries they could tap into from different racing disciplines. And this one I've wanted for years. When Roush got sponsored by Castrol, I think it was 2020 if I am mistaken, and I seen Ryan Newman had one, I said they should do a paint scheme or a throwback to this style livery. And sure enough, they did. I was so happy they finally did one the right way, in my opinion. I think they might have done a partial Castrol throwback, but this is the one I wanted. Just the beautiful wavy green and red. It's kind of a Christmas car, if you will. But man, fantastic car, guys. One of my favorite Brad Keselowski releases. Pick up your copy today. I'm going to show a couple more new releases that literally just dropped. You're going to like seeing these, so just bear with me. Brand new Chase Briscoe. Now, this is not the normal Mahindra Tractors car. This is the Mahindra Compact Tractors car. And I got one more. Let me go ahead and find it. Bear with me, guys. It'll be worth it. Brand new Austin Dillon Cenex Tools Chevrolet Camaro. You know how Austin Dillon runs like 1,000 alternate paint schemes and almost none of them get made. Fortunately, this one got made. So two fantastic recent releases, the plastic chassis editions, going to be coming out in early December. So again, if you're impatient, you want to make sure you get your stuff well ahead of Christmas, go ahead and tap in, get the Diecast chassis variant. And I really do like these Diecast chassis ones. They remind me so much of the mid-2000s cars, the closed casted ones. I think they called them club cars or something. And they don't have any opening parts, but they just have weight to them, right? And I know a lot of collectors love that. They love having a heavier die-cast, even the Hot Wheels fans. Some of the Hot Wheels cars, they're almost all plastic. And in some of the Hot Wheels cars, I mean, goodness, they took a chunk of metal. And I think that's a nice thing for some collectors, and it gives you options, which is always good. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Diecastbuffet, signing off.